Average Joe's Cryptos, the most dangerous cryptocurrency podcast on this side of the Mississippi.
Welcome back to Average Joe's Cryptos. This is episode 5. I'm Trey. With me, as always, is Jace, aka the J-Man. Jace, what's going on?
Oh, not bad. I mean, it's been a hectic week in the crypto world, but I'm really excited to get to talk about it and just kind of break down what's happening and what's to come.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit before this, and we decided we're going to make this episode hopefully a little bit shorter, maybe a little more informative. And listen, as the 50% of the podcast that knows less about cryptos, I'm excited for a more concise, informative one because the market has me lost in the sauce, dude. I don't know what the freak I'm doing out there. My portfolio's up, it's down. Mainly it's down pretty much all the way. Not much up, to be honest with you. But it's like now I got sneaky ups where I'm like, oh, look, that's a pretty good return. And I'm still down overall. But I would say let's just get it started with let's talk about those market conditions. What the heck's been going on this last week?
Yeah, so it's been like a crazy week. I don't know. I haven't really been home. I've been traveling a little bit. So it was like kind of hard to keep track of everything.
Slight flex to start off there, huh?
Big travel guy.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard to keep track of what was going on ever since last time we recorded, which was last Sunday with Austin and Wyatt. I do know that it tanked even more on, Wednesday morning, I think?
I think so.
Yeah, Wednesday morning, Bitcoin got all the way down to 30,000. And I think that news, what was the news on that? Was that Was that because China?
I think there was some stuff involving China, but wasn't it also the fact that it didn't end up showing up in Walmart's financials? Like, because there was
part of it, yeah.
There was this big like, oh, Walmart's gonna have a bunch of Sats. They've been stacking Sats in their portfolio and haven't told anyone. And
that's another case of like buy the news, sell the event or whatever. Whatever they say.
Buy the rumor, sell the news.
Yeah. So basically, like it was hanging around. It was for only because like there was a bunch of bad news and the only good news was like the Walmart thing. And so that's why it was hanging around where it was at. And then obviously it didn't come out. So I think, that was definitely a reason. And then another reason, which this was kind of another topic in itself, but the main reason that it tanked, what I'm seeing is I saw it as a rumor first, but now basically everyone's kind of talking about it, but it was basically a market manipulation from a lot of billionaires in like the Middle East. Mm-hmm. And they basically decided, hey, we want to own more at a lower price and we have enough money to basically tank it ourselves. So they all got together in this like dark web, like chat, and someone released it.
Well, just to I guess to fill everyone in on at least the amount I know about it, because the extent I know about this is you just sent me the screenshot of them kind of having the conversation, and it was a 4chan, like it was on 4chan, which I don't know how much you know about 4chan, but
I know.
4chan's like Reddit if Reddit was on like D-ball or something, if they were just juiced to the gills. That's kind of, there are probably going to be some people who like Reddit who are going to be like, no way, dude, that's not it. But that's like a pretty average Joe's description of it. It's kind of like a lot of stuff derives from 4chan, like a lot of trends and stuff, just because 4chaners like do it for fun. And they'll just be like, oh, we should create this new trend where let's act like this is offensive, or let's act like everyone hates this thing and try to make something happen. And then that stuff will actually happen in society because 4chan influences it. They kind of have an insane amount of influence on things.
Yeah.
And basically in this thread, it was some people talking about that this one guy who had some sort of insider information was basically like, we know for a fact that there's a whale or like one individual trader who is potentially influencing the market and trying to do it for his own good. So they like planned a like sell off or something to try and like basically bust him, which I don't know who they're talking about for sure, but it sounded like Elon. It was the person that they wanted to bust. I don't know if we're going to have some freaking assassins coming out after us for saying that directly, but I don't know. You want to kind of explain that some more?
Yeah, I've heard that it was possibly Elon, but I've also heard it's not. So it kind of just like, I don't know. It's just whatever you think.
Whatever you think is the truth.
I don't think it's Elon.
Well, whatever, like if you're listening to this, whatever you're thinking right now, that's the truth. And you need to speak your truth and be your truth. And that's Motivation Monday, because we're recording on a Monday. That's Motivation Monday.
Is that just in general, not referring to this?
100%. That's just general life advice.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened on what the thread basically was like it was so accurate of what was going to happen, it's almost hard to deny that like it wasn't planned, because this guy was basically like at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. UTC time, which I don't even know where that's at. Trey, do you want to look like where's UTC?
Utah.
Do you have
time.
any idea?
No, I have no idea.
No, I don't think it's Utah.
Starts with a
But
UT.
yeah, but whatever like that time was basically correlated with like 3 a.m. Eastern, which is basically when it started to tank. It's run down to like 30,000. You got it.
That is coordinated universal time. So it makes sense that people trying to pull off some sneaky stuff would be going coordinated universal time.
Okay, we learned something today.
Mhm.
So yeah, basically like that correlated with Eastern, and right when it hit 3 a.m. at Eastern, it was kind of started going down, and then basically by the time it's 7, I think it was just tanked completely. And if you didn't know, like, so there's different like it's called market cipher. There's different things that can track manipulation. And that morning there was like 3 different X's that marked manipulation as well. So like, which manipulation basically is what we're kind of talking about, where big whales, which we kind of already talked about what whales were, can get on there and they have so much money that they can influence the market by enough where it starts tanking, and then everyone gets scared and sells as well. So they're basically trying to kick out the small people in the market. So once it gets to the bottom, after all those people like you and me sell off that don't have diamond hands, they buy again at that lower price. So they're basically making just a quick buck off of us selling, and they're trying to kick us out of the market so they can own the majority of the market.
Yeah, dude.
Basically,
And that's cool hearing you say that there's actual like indicators that they can see the manipulation stuff, because I thought it was all just smell test, just like it seems like manipulation, so it must be. But you're basically saying there's pretty much some legit stuff. And dude, if that doesn't get you fired up to be diamond hands, I don't know what should.
Yeah.
If anyone out there listening just hears that there's these freaking big wigs, dude, chilling in their Lamborghinis, just coordinating mass sell-offs, trying to influence us, thinking we're a bunch of sheep. No way, dude. We're not sheep. You might as well slap the infinity gauntlets on these puppies. I'm not selling a single thing now that I know that this crap's going on. And if any listener of this podcast sells, just also quit listening. And you know what? I don't know what you should hang out with Warren Buffett, to be honest. Like, go sign up for a freaking New York Times subscription and start reading that every day just for fun. That's where you should get your news. No longer the Average Joe's Cryptos.
Trey is not a Marvel fan, so hearing him say that is big time.
Yeah, not a Marvel fan. We can talk about that another day if we want to, but definitely, dude. Like, that's crazy. Honestly, this has switched from I'm trying to make money and I think it's a good strategy to just diamond hands in order to make money, to screw anyone who has a bunch of money who knows that they can impact little people by getting them to sell off. These puppies are freaking.
And I don't think this is your first time going through this, is it?
No, definitely not.
GameStop, you're a part of GameStop too.
Oh yeah, dude. I bought in high at GameStop and I held forever, never letting go.
You still have your GameStop?
I will squeeze that short till the day I die. And I don't even know if it's still a thing, but it's just, I wrote off my $400 as that's money that's gone to the cause. I donated. And so, I got
so
no
we're not saying to not take profits on the way up, because that's a smart thing to do. We're not,
so you can buy more.
What we're saying is don't sell off when it's tanking, because that's not smart. And that's what they want you to do.
And that's like, dude, that's simple investing 101 for anyone that doesn't know. If you're way down, don't even worry about it, because you only lose if you sell. So just never sell and you're perfectly fine. It might have just switched from a short-term investment strategy to a very long-term, but that's okay. I hope anyone listening to this, because we probably know you at least to some degree personally. I hope you didn't invest money that you were like, you needed like within the next month or so. But if you did, I don't know what to tell you, but hopefully all the other people who just invested like kind of dispensable income, dude, now you just have a long-term strategy. Congratulations. You get to hold for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. We know, like, I understand how like stressful it can be, like waking up to seeing like a 40% drop in your portfolio. It kind of stinks, like just like the instant gut reaction, like, because you feel like that's your money, which it is, but like you're like, crap, if that just would have been in my bank account, I could have bought more on the dip. But don't beat yourself up too much, because it's almost impossible to predict. Like even like the best investors of all time can't predict like market manipulation,
which is us, but
they can't predict that market manipulation like it happened the other day, and it continued to happen. Like I think it happened again. There was 3 X's on market manipulation on the charts like 2 days, like when it dropped again on like Saturday night, I think, and Sunday morning, it dropped again down to 31,000, and there was more market manipulation. So one thing you have to understand though is at some point these stupid whales that like think they want to control the market are going to run out of like juice. Like they don't have like they're going to run out of steam and like trying to short the market. And as long as we just hold, like us, people like us hold for long enough, and there's enough of us that hold that line, then eventually like all those big corporations bought in, like Amazon's going to start to buy in at some point. Facebook's going to start to actually buy in, all these big corporations. And there's already been, like, if you guys know, what's his name? Saylor, Mike, is it Mike Saylor?
No idea.
Okay. He's like he owns his company, owns the most Bitcoin. They own like over 100,000 Bitcoin. Like
I could have sworn that was Dr. I thought that was Dr. Steve Brule, but I might be off there.
Who's that?
He's my doctor.
Okay.
But hold on, dude. You said they're gonna run out of the juice.
Yeah.
I know one thing for a fact.
Yeah.
I don't know whenever you say juice, like there's probably a technical investing thing behind that you're talking about.
I
like,
was not.
But what I like, the only thing I heard is, dude, they don't got what it takes. They don't have the freaking stones like we got, dude. So I love hearing that they don't have the juice. No way, dude. Look at that. Oh, daddy's got the juice right there. If you're looking for it, pal, I'll hold forever, dude. I'm a little kitten in a tree and there's no fire department coming to save me. I better hang on in there, little kitty. You know what I mean? That's us right now, dude. We're a bunch of little kittens in the tree hanging on for dear life, and there's no fire department coming. So we got one choice. That's just to hang out.
And we don't have many YouTube watchers right now. So if you do want to like see Trey's biceps in like raw form, go watch this YouTube video this time. Cause that was a sight. That was a sight.
That was just raw biceps.
That was raw.
Yeah.
So we were kind of talking about it a minute ago, but there is going to be a time coming up to sell. And that's because the bear market's going to hit. And we're going to talk about that.
And that would be a nice tip if I could get that from you. And also maybe if you give it to everybody else to let everybody know when we should sell, because I would like to know.
So it's not like a definitive date, but there is a lot of like predictions. So basically the bull and bear market for Bitcoin is based off of the halving process, which is basically when every 4 years, Bitcoin's production is cut in half because they make the algorithm like 2 times harder to solve essentially. So the Bitcoin halving cuts production in half for that next 4 years. And then it happens every 4 years until the last Bitcoin is mined in 21. I say a different number every time. I think it's 2140.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's somewhere. We're probably not going to be alive unless there's like some crazy new technology that we could live forever. But I don't know. That's for another time.
Yeah, Elon's too busy sending off tweets to figure that one out.
Yeah,
so
like he should probably be figuring that out.
Yeah.
Instead of replying to Cyber Junkie 72 with 10 followers.
Yeah.
What's
Get
his
it
problem?
together, Elon, dude. Come on.
So everything's based off that halving, which happens every 4 years. This one happened last June, I think, in 2020. So once that hit, that initiated the bull market for that year. A little after, it kind of started a little after. I think the crypto market really started taking off in like into December, beginning of January. And because of that halving, obviously the demand for Bitcoin goes up because it's halved. And the obvious supply and demand, basic supply and demand means there's going to be less supply, so the demand goes up. So people started buying it, the price ran up. And as you know, the whole crypto market follows Bitcoin. As you've seen the last week, if you had anything besides Bitcoin, it basically went down as much as Bitcoin or more. So,
and just the simplest way to say that is Bitcoin halving equals more cheddar for us. Like if you have Bitcoin, you make more money when Bitcoin gets halved because it's harder to get like more demand, less supply.
Exactly. So that's the bull market, and the bull market usually lasts around 1 year.
And we're in a bull market.
Yes. Right
it's
now
starting to look not so bullish, but it is still technically the bull market, right?
We're still in the bull market as of now. And there is some people that like are out there that are like, oh no, like we're entering the bear market just because of this. But the 95 to 100% of like the top crypto people and like Bitcoin people will tell you that we're not.
And BitBoy, friend of the program.
And BitBoy. And he's very confident that this is not the end. This is just natural correction. That's kind of healthy actually, because as it goes down, more big corporations see the opportunity to buy in. And so those big corporations keep buying in as it goes down. And that just kind of sets our firmer wall, I guess, at the bottom, as those big companies buy in and then just throw that stuff into like a cold wallet they're probably going to hold it forever, basically, just as an asset to make their net worth go up. That's going to keep our floor much, much stronger. So it's actually healthy to have corrections like these. Now, it was getting scary when it got to 30,000. If it dipped below 30,000 for too long, a lot of people were saying like this could be the end of the bull market, but it didn't. It barely went below 30 and popped back up. And I think it's around 40 right now. And we do need to keep slowly going up at this point to make sure it's still bullish. But so the guesses are that this bull run is going to end around September to December by most people. The Bitcoin bull run ends before the altcoin bull run. So as the Bitcoin run ends, the altcoin will go for about another month-ish. So you're going to sell your Bitcoin, and then you're going to hold your altcoin for a little longer. And then you're going to take profits the whole way. That's the main thing. Is like, don't try and hold everything until it gets to the very, very peak and then sell it, because you're not going to be able to guess when the very, very peak is. People have predictions, so it's not going to be right.
So just to run through that by what you mean by don't try and sell everything at the peak, because this is something that like I don't fully still understand, and I feel like you've explained it to me multiple times, so I still think I should probably understand it better than I do even. But what you're saying is like if I own, let's say 100 Bitcoin, which I definitely don't, for all you guys know, but speak for yourself though, am I right? Let's say I own 100 Bitcoin. Like you're saying in 3 weeks, and if the trend lines up, maybe I should sell off like 5 and take a little bit of profit there. Yeah. And in a few more weeks, sell off like 10 and like just keep progressing towards that until whenever I feel like it's hit the number that I'm like wanting to reach or like very close to where I'm hoping to sell, then I should probably just go ahead and sell off my rest. Like, do I sell off
most of it? I would say keep 10 to 15% and just let it ride just in case. Cause a lot of people are saying, some people's opinion is this is a super cycle now. And that we're not actually going to ever get another bear market. So that's another, so it's confusing. But
is there any correlation with cryptocurrency and like steroid cycles? Because I've watched Pumping Iron, with Arnold, quite a few times. And
I'd say that, I'd say there's a decent amount of correlation. Yeah.
Because there's always a lot of, like cycles and
on and off,
super cycle, superset, backloading, carb, front loading.
Yeah.
A lot of words. There's just a lot of words involved with both. A lot of he said, she said, BitBoy, Bitcoin, crypto, altcoin. I don't know. I think we might be onto something here.
Yeah, I would say it's a very good correlation, actually.
Yeah. Just something to look into more.
Yeah. I mean, we basically proved the runner's wall, 100% fact.
100%.
So this would be
still a 0% failure rate. And that's worth noting, even throughout this this bearish type activity and manipulation.
The runner's wall can be on the way down too. Like if you break through that 50,000 on the way down, you're probably going way farther down.
Yeah. Like if you tear your ACL in a marathon and you try to keep running, I got to sprint. Like you're probably going to mess more things up. Like say goodbye to your LCL and your MCL. But you kind of explained the bull side of that. Do you want to kind of explain the bear market a little bit more, just in more general terms, I guess, what that all might entail? And like, because I know one thing is that a bear market lasts longer than a bull market, right? So what's kind of some of those details?
Yeah. So sadly it lasts, usually the bear market lasts about 3 years. So after this bull cycle ends, it's going to be, the next halving is in 2023, I believe. And then that would kind of trigger that next bull run. And then the bull run would peak out in 2024. So that bear market's going to last quite a while. And it's just going to kind of go down after this bull cycle, if that happens, and then kind of hit a bottom, which a lot of predictions are saying is like 90% of the peak, 80% down of the peak. So depending on what the peak is, it could go down to, so if it hits 300,000, like some people are predicting.
For this bull cycle?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. So if it hits that, which is a decently high prediction, but I've heard it by multiple people. If it hits that, then I don't know what 90% down of that is, but maybe like the bottom would bottom out at 40 to 50,000. And it would kind of stay there for a while, basically the whole bear market. And then I know a good thing that BitBoy says to do is short during the bear market. So you're kind of just playing around and like watching trends and kind of shorting like things. So like you buy low, sell high, just make small profits throughout the bear market because there's not really a reason to long anything that long. I mean, you can definitely have stuff to long for those full 3 years, and you want to buy at the bottom, hold it all the way until we get to that next halving.
So I mean, this is just me speculating here, but should you get some puts like right before the bear market? Like you can make some crazy money off options if you bought puts, which means
yeah,
like
I think
you're saying it's gonna go down.
Yeah, like options trading is like pretty new in the crypto world, and it's kind of I don't know, like I know Binance doesn't have it. I know Coinbase doesn't have it.
Robinhood,
Does Crypto.com have it?
I don't know if they do. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but I know
There's definitely like sites that do it, but I'm like still like kind of new on like the completely decentralized sites because those are kind of sketchy and hard to use, like for like a kind of a new person.
The way we want it.
Huh?
That's the way we like it.
I know it's like I definitely need to do some more research before I use those, but I know you can do options because I've heard some people talk about it in like podcasts, but it's kind of like I'm not comfortable with it at this point, comfortable enough to like do it yet. But like you have some experience with options, so maybe you should look into it.
Yeah, I might look into that. I do know Robinhood has options, and
for crypto,
I think they have it for Bitcoin. I'm not 100% sure. I should probably double check that before just saying that. But if I'm wrong, just someone flame me up in the comments. Wherever you can find somewhere to comment about us, leave a 5-star review, but talk about how I had no idea what I was talking about with the Robinhood crypto thing.
Yeah.
But I think you can do it on there. Quick little aside about options. One of my buddies, Cole, had a ridiculous call on GameStop. And like whenever he bought way too high, and he had $35,000 for 1 second. That's how it expired in 1 second. He like it was when it was going crazy and stuff. His call hit, and like it was only
way above it.
Yeah, it was like 1 second.
He didn't call it. He didn't turn it in.
He didn't, because he said he called his friend to ask when he should sell it, and his friend said, "You should have sold instead of calling me." And hung up on him, and just hung up on him right there. And then he looked at his account, and he only had like a few $100s. But yeah,
you want to explain kind of what a call and put is real quick?
Yeah, and this is going to be super basic, but like basic terms. So it'll probably not encompass all of what it means. But basically, when you buy a call, you're saying that the value will go up in what you're buying. So you buy at a strike price. Maybe that's the right term. You basically buy at a price, like you buy like 100 contracts of some agreed upon price. And you're saying if it gets above this certain price, then you can like exercise that option. And basically it's a way of making a lot of money somehow. And then a put is basically saying that the stock's going to go down. So calls go up, puts go down. That's a super bad description of it overall, but it's a pretty complex like thing to do. I wouldn't just honestly, this is like straight up me being serious. I would not go randomly start trying to buy calls or puts to anyone listening. Like, don't do that. You're going to end up accidentally losing a lot of money. You can go on Reddit, like Wall Street Bets and stuff, and see where a lot of people like YOLO'd, or like, which is when someone just places a crazy bet on some sort of stock or something. And some people have gotten into actually like really bad financial situations by messing up calls or puts. So I wouldn't mess around with that stuff. But it is something.
Essentially what it is a bet. It's like a bet.
Definitely
like it's a gambling.
100%.
You're just gambling that it's going to hit this price, or you're gambling that it's going to hit this price. And that's why Trey's saying that wouldn't be a bad idea to put a put on when the estimated price is supposed to go down during the bear market.
Like if it's actually going to drop 80% at the peak and it's at say 300,000, you could make so much money on a put, but that's super risky. And I do know there's a lot of weird stuff about like you have to know how to actually exercise, and like potentially, puts and calls are very very confusing.
Yeah, they're for experienced. I mean, I've heard a lot of experienced investors doing it, but I've never tried it. I think you've done a couple, haven't you? You've done a couple?
I've done a couple, but I was out of the money on all the ones I did. So out of the money means you did not do successfully on your call or put.
So we'll stick to trading our basic coins right now.
Yeah. Well, you want to slide right into picks of the week?
Yeah, let's
slide in there. Do
you have your stuff? Do you have it written down from last week?
No, I thought you were writing it down.
I do. I just got to get my paper.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is while Jason's going to get the paper, this is a great opportunity to remind you guys, if you're listening on Spotify, go ahead and drop us a 5-star review. Really helps the show, helps the podcast, helps the reach out there. We look at the analytics day in and day out. Like I said before, I'm a minor in business analytics, so I just get real geeky with the numbers. Jace had to put me in a locker the other day, so I would quit, just looking at all of them. But leave us a review. Go to our Instagram at Average Joe's Cryptos. Give us a follow. Check us out on Twitter. I think it's Average J Crypto. And leave us a
We're
comment.
on Apple Podcasts now too.
We are an Apple Podcast, so leave us a review on there. We want to take it over. We want to be on the new and noteworthy, all of that. So YouTube, check us out, Average Joe's Crypto, subscribe. And that was our little plug. If you guys want merch, let us know. We'll make a shirt. We don't care. All right, Jace, what are these picks?
Okay, so you had Shiba.
No, you wrote that down wrong, dude. No
Hey,
way.
I think you still beat me.
I did not, dude. I had a good pick.
Yeah, I had. Actually, I think I might have beat you.
Whatever my coin was, it was way better of a pick than that.
It was Shiba at 0.00001686.
Not bad.
And right now, Shiba is at. Oh, this is going to be hard math. 0.000401048. So
that's not bad.
I mean, you went down. We both went way down, but
yeah.
So remind me of the formula again.
It's difference divided by original, I think.
0.00001686 minus.
Just doing some quick Average Joe's mathematics here, with the quick percentage change calculations.
It was down 38%. Not too bad.
I don't think your math's right at all, but we'll
gonna
count
beat me, I promise.
Yeah, we'll count it, dude, but I would never make a pick that's that bad. Warren Buffett's hospital bed freaking reclines 30%. How about that? Gotcha, Warren.
I had Litecoin at 285. It is now at 180. Whew.
Ooh, that's going to be tough.
So it's 105 divided by 37%.
Wait, what? And what was I?
38.
Oh,
I won.
Dang, dude. That sucks.
It's
all right.
tough.
All right, so let's go right into our picks this week. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. My pick this week is closely related to one that we have talked about before, which is Ripple, which is not my pick. I am going to go with Stellar. It's a competitor to Ripple, and it is on bargain right now. Some people argue that it's a better version of Ripple, so I'm taking that. I can pull up the price real quick. The code is XLM if anybody wants to buy now. That's not stock advice. I just like the
And it is on a little plug for Stellar. It's on Coinbase. And I believe if you get on Coinbase and do a little lesson, then you can get some free Stellar. That's what I do.
Yeah. And listen, once again, I'll say this. That's a dork move, dude. Don't learn about the coin.
You get like $40.
Jeez,
It's
dude.
not about learning.
Gee, oh, good point. All right, I'm back in. All right, so XLM, aka Stellar, is 0.42762. Or you can put 0.42.
47. What is it?
427.
Okay.
All right. What do you got? And also, dude, like it's with the market where it is right now, it was so hard for me to find a pick. Like I didn't know what to do. But yeah, hopefully that one works.
I mean, basically, I think if the market does what it's supposed to do, everything should make a pretty good jump this week. So it's just I would hope.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just like picking what's down the most this week. So I'm going to go with Polkadot, which is a DeFi project. It's kind of like similar to Cardano and Ethereum.
Nice.
It's like in that little DeFi category that BitBoy says like you should own like 25% of your portfolio between like Cardano, Polkadot, and Ethereum. So it's one of those like pretty big ones. And it was down. I can't even see the percent, but at one point it hit $15 this week, and its peak was 49. So it went from $49 to $15. So I'm not going to do the math, but that's down a lot. And right now it's at 22.96%. So, or
Yeah.
22.96 cents. Sorry.
Yeah, I can confirm that's down a lot.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have a little bit of it on Exodus because it's hard. You can't buy it on Binance or Coinbase. I don't think. I think you have to buy it on like Uniswap or something. But on Exodus, which is our wallet that we use, you can swap things. So like if you have like, I think I swapped like Cardano for Polkadot, and it was I think like Cardano's fees are super, super low. So I think it was like $1 fee or something. So
I thought about picking Cardano this week, but I decided not to because I feel like we just always stay with those same ones that we're always talking about, you know? So I was like, I'm going to get something different. I actually consulted my friend Cole, the same guy who had that situation with the call.
Is he a crypto guy?
Big crypto guy. Like we should actually get him on the podcast.
Yeah, why don't we not? Why do we not?
I don't know. Just haven't yet.
Okay.
He's pretty smart too. So he was so I just to give everyone a sneak peek for potentially whenever we bring on a real life banker, a real one. I was actually talking to him at a little bar and grill, JJ's. If you're in Fayetteville, check it out. He was there because we were like talking to a few people at work, and I was talking to him a little bit about crypto. Definitely a skeptic. I'll say that right now. We got our work cut out for us. But man, Cole was breaking it down to him. He was talking all about tracking chickens and all this stuff. So yeah, we probably should bring Cole on. Another person I thought about bringing on whenever we were talking about how when your money's real high up, but then you start losing, but it's technically you're still profits, but you feel like you've lost more, which I think is the concept of loss aversion to some degree. Is my roommate Ramon, because he's a behavioral economist, and he's always talking about that, how people feel like they lost something, but you never lost anything. You're still actually winning. Creates a weird feeling. So maybe we should have him break down like the behavioral side of all that. I have no idea.
We got a lot of guests coming up.
Yeah. I mean, big things for the show and for the people. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Well, the picks were in. What did you get Dot at?
22.96.
All right. Not bad. I like the picks. Got anything else?
I would just say be like smart with when you're buying. Like don't like I just bought some more this morning because I wasn't gonna buy it like the big dip yesterday because I kind of wanted to see that it consolidate a little bit above 38, and it did. So I bought some more this morning of Bitcoin. But like just be smart with your buys, but also don't be risky, but like realize that we are still in the bull market as far as 95% of the experts say. So don't be too worried about it. Don't look at it too much. Just go on a walk or something if you need to. If it's going down too much, don't worry about it too much. It's going to go up, I think, eventually. And like Trey said, even if this is the bear market and it turns into a long hold, then we'll keep putting podcasts out for the next 4 years and we'll get through it.
Yeah. And remember this, those stupid freaking whales, dude, in their penthouses, just looking down from their ivory towers, dude, they don't have the juice. Me, you, everyone else listening, we got the juice, dude. They don't. The power's in our hands. That's what crypto is all about. They're trying to take something decentralized, make it centralized. Not on our watch, pal.
Take them down.
If we have anything to do with it. So listen, go get your brooms, because it's a mess out there, and we're going to start cleaning it up. It starts with us. Let's go get some freaking buried treasure while we're at it. How about that?
Let's go get it.
All right.